If your V-neckline never come out clean and always end up uneven or bulky, then this tutorial is for you. Today, I'll be showing you how to cut and sew a simple Bubu dress with a neat professional scrub V-neckline and a beautiful lace cutout. So make sure you watch till the end to see the final finish. Hello beautiful people, happy new year once again. Welcome back to Easy Sewing with Taic, your go-to space for stylish, simple and beginner-friendly sewing tutorials. This is the first tutorial of the year and I'm so excited to be creating with you all again. If you're new here, you're coming across this channel for the first time, you love sewing or learning new styles, I am Taiwo and I'm so glad that you stopped by. You're welcome. You will love it here. So go ahead and subscribe and let's go together. So my wonderful returning subscribers, thank you for always being here. Your support truly means the world to me. Thank you so much. Now grab your fabric, your sewing tools, and let's create something beautiful together. Here is the style that we are creating in today's tutorial. I'll be making use of two fabric, a lace fabric and an Ankara fabric. I've gone ahead to fold the Ankara fabric into 4 and here is how I folded it. I went ahead to measure the desired length this way, which is 60 inches. I measured it and I added the hemming allowance to it. Then I folded it into 2 this way. Here is the length of the Ankara, which is the 45 inches. I folded that into 2 also, and that is how I folded my fabric into 4. You can see where the selvage area of the Ankara fabric is pointing towards, so that should guide you on how to fold yours. Okay, like I said earlier, what I have there is the desired length of the gown, and here's the bottom part, the remaining part that was not captured by the camera. The next thing I did was to impute my shoulder measurement divided by 2. My shoulder measurement is 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8, and the desired sleeve length that I'm working with is 12 inches. So, and what I have left there is 14 and a half. So I'm just going to use the remaining 2.5 inches to fold it in. I don't want to have to cut it out, alright? But if that 2.5 inches is too much for you as allowance, you can go ahead and cut it out, okay? But I'll be leaving mine that way. Then go ahead and determine the sleeve opening. Okay, so the sleeve opening that I'm working with is 19 inches, which is 9.5. I'll be adding 1 inch extra to that, which is 10.5. Then I went ahead to mark it, and afterwards I extended the line inwards this way. So I'll be working with the biggest circumference of my body, which is the hip measurement. I went ahead to divide the hip measurement by 4. Then I added ease allowance of 2 inches. Afterwards I added sewing allowance as well. I want this Bubu to be quite big. I do not want it tapered at all. So the measurement that I have there, I'm going to rule it from this mark line all the way to the bottom, okay? If you want yours tapered, then on that first initial line, you want to go ahead and impute the bust measurement there, add your ease and your sewing allowance, then go ahead and impute your half length, where you are going to impute your waist measurement, which is what I'm showing you now. I did not later work with this. I'm just showing you if you want your waist area to be more tapered and slimmer, go ahead and measure the half length. Then on the half length, impute your waist measurement, add your ease and your sewing allowance, and you would have something like this. But I'm not working with this, okay? I want the Bubu to be quite big, so I'm just going to stick with what I did earlier. Alright, afterwards I'm just going to connect it all the way to the sleeve opening this way to give it a curve. Moving on to the neckline, which is the most crucial part of this tutorial. For the neck width, I'm working with 3 inches, and for the back neck depth, I worked with 1 inch. For the front neck depth, I worked with 8 inches. Bear in mind that after sewing, this would become 8.5, so you want to bear that in mind, okay? So I marked out the 8 inches. Now determine how wide you want that bottom part to be. In my case, I want it to be 4 inches wide when opened, and remember this is on fold. So instead of marking 2 inches, I would mark 1.5 inches, because I'm still going to use half inches to sew it, and at the end of the day I'm going to have 2 inches on fold. But if I should make the mistake of marking out 2 inches now, by the time I'm done sewing, it would have increased to 2.5, which will make it a total of 5 inches when I'm done, when it is opened. So I marked out 1.5 inches there, and I connected it to the neck width of 3 inches this way. Just follow through with what you can see on the screen. After which I went ahead to cut out the back neckline. So I cut it out together, but to cut the front neckline I have to separate this, and to do that I'm going to notch the corners at this side and at the sleeve opening as well. But before opening it up, I'll go ahead and cut it off at the sides this way. If you will be adding pocket to your bubu, then you want to notch it at the waistline this way, so you can know where your pocket is starting from. Then the line that I have here is just indicating the shoulder area, that folded part. I've gone ahead to open it up. You can see where we were choking earlier. You can see the front neckline, the back neckline, and all of that. So I've opened it up, and I hope you understand. So I can go ahead and cut out the front neckline this way. Just please follow through with what you can see on your screen. You don't want to make any mistake at this point, so as not to affect the final outcome of the v-neck design. So I'll notch the center back this way. Afterwards, I would measure what I have. So what I have on fold is 12.5 inches. So when I want to cut out the collar, I'll be cutting out 25 inches. But I want to cut out exactly 25 inches, I'll cut it like 28 inches, 3 inches in excess, and the width of the collar would be 3 inches. I would explain to you how I arrived at the 3 inches when it's time to fix the collar, when we get to the sewing table. Moving on, it's time to replace a portion of the front part with the lace. So this is completely up to you. It depends on where you want the lace to be. Just measure it out and the length of the lace. So I want mine to be 13.5 inches high. I measured that out, and I added allowance to it. This allowance, I'm still going to replace it on the lace, okay? So at the end of the day, I cut out 12.5. The cutout part, I placed it on the lace fabric, and I used it to cut it out. So I added the necessary allowance, and that is the upper part, the bottom, and the lace. So you want to make sure that you notch the ankara, so that when it's time to fix, you would know which side you are sewing to the lace. All right, so this is everything. It's time to head over to the sewing machine. Off camera, I went ahead to laminate my lace fabric with 2 layers of plain tulle net, okay, so as to make it less transparent. This is completely optional. Afterwards, I started joining the lace to the ankara to replace the cutout ankara with the lace, okay. So I've joined it to the upper part, and I'll bring the lower part now That is why said you should notch it, so it's easy for me to fix. So I went ahead to sew it also using half an inch, and I've completely replaced that cutout ankara with the lace. Before attaching the collar to the neckline, I would advise that you interface around the neckline just the way I did here, especially the front neckline, to make the sewing easier and firm. Now here is the collar. Remember I told you that it would be 3 inches, and this is why. Remember that what we have unfold is 1.5. By the time I finish sewing it, I would have 2 inches, right? So that 2 inches plus half-inch joining allowance plus another half-inch allowance for overlapping, because this collar actually overlap at the bottom. If you want the type of v-neck that is not going to overlap, like the type you can see on your screen, then just work with your exact measurement, and in this case I would have worked with 2.5 inches only. But because I want it to overlap, that is why I am working with 3 inches. Now that you understand why I have 3 inches at the width of my collar, it's time to start attaching it. Now watch closely so that you can get it at once. I came down by half-inch from the part where I cut out. That is where I am starting my sewing from. I'm starting my sewing half-inch below the actual cutout. Then I went ahead to sew it round using half an inch. By the time I show you the wrong side, then you would understand what I'm saying. I did not start the sewing exactly at the part where I had cut out. I did not start it exactly at that 8 inches mark. Okay, I think that's better. I started at 8.5 inches. I came down by half-inch, and when I wanted to finish it up to, I finished it 1/2 inches below. And this is what I have. I'll be turning it over now to show you the wrong side so that you can understand better. You can see that I came down by half-inch. Yes, this is what I was trying to explain earlier. So I started sewing half-inch away from what I had cut out earlier. After which I went ahead to rule a diagonal line this way. This is just showing you how I'm going to notch it. So you want to notch as close as possible to where you have sewn down, but do not allow your scissors to cut through it. But you just want to notch as close as possible so that it can relax properly at the corners. If the corner is not properly relaxed, you will not like the outcome. Okay, now this is what I have. Now I would bring the collar inside this way. You just want to arrange it this way. When I'm done sewing, I will cut off all these excesses. Okay, you can see that it is overlapping. Yes, this is what I want to achieve. So this is how I'm going to place it, and I'm just going to sew it using half an inch. But you can actually sew each of the sides of the collar one after the other, which I'll be doing now so that you can understand. And when you want to start sewing also, you want to start sewing from the edge exactly, so that the corners can lay flat nicely. So this is what I have. I've stitched down one of the collar this way. Then you can see how nice the corner is. You can see that it is relaxing. After which I would arrange the collar this way. Then I would go ahead and stitch the other side. To make this easier for me, I should have stitched it on the other side, but so that you can see what I'm doing, that is why I am stitching it on this side. And you can see how the corners of this second part too is relaxing. So it's just important that you sew it neatly. Okay, now that I'm done and I'm pleased with the outcome, I'll go ahead and trim off the excesses this way. So this is what I have. You can go ahead and top stitch in order to make it lay more flat, or you give it a good press. But I would be giving mine a good press once I'm done weaving that part of the collar. So this is the sleeve opening. I've gone ahead to hem it with the 2.5 inches that I added earlier. Off camera as well, I've gone ahead to fix my pocket. the link to my other Bubu tutorials where I showed how to fix a pocket will be showing on your screen. You can go ahead and click on the video card. So I just placed it this way, and it's time to join the front and the back together at the side. So starting from the sleeve opening, I just went ahead to join it using the sewing allowance that I added when I was cutting from top. Then I stopped 12 inches away from the hem for the side slit. So your slit can be 12 to 15 inches high. It depends on you. Now that I have this, I'll go ahead and finish off the slit neatly by folding it this way. And this is what I have. You can see how neat the slit area is now. So I'll go ahead and aim the front. As you can see, I'm yet to aim the front, so I just went ahead to aim the front this way. And once you are done with that last step, the dress is ready. So this is what we have. The beautiful Bubu gown is ready. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. I hope you enjoyed creating this outfit as much as I did. If you found this tutorial helpful, please like the video and share your thoughts in the comments. I love seeing your recreation, so feel free to tag me. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Up until next time, keep creating and keep believing in your skills. See you in the next video. Bye.